Hi again. So today, as part of our cooking session, what we're going to be doing is trying to incorporate more meat-free days in. So even if you kind of try and get into your head that we're doing a meat-free Monday, for example. And what we're going to make is lentil bolognese. This is actually from my slow cooker cookbook, the Essential Slow Cooker Cookbook it's called. And as you've been going along in the program, you've been totting up your points, and really at the end of the program gets the most points, I'm going to send out one of these cookbooks. Okay, I can send you an email version as well, and it really is a fab cookbook because it's got real easy, practical, throw together slow cooker recipes. Now, if you don't have a slow cooker, do not worry, okay? What you can use instead of a slow cooker is you can just use a normal casserole dish that you put into your oven, but instead of putting everything in the slow cooker with the lid on for 5 hours on low, what you do is you just put everything into the casserole dish into the oven at about 120 degrees for about 2 hours, okay? So we're gonna make our lentil bolognese today. So into the slow cooker, I'm gonna add about 450 grams of lentils, okay, and it can be the red lentils or orange lentils as some people call them, and then we're going to add in 3 diced carrots, and I just pre-dice those up just to make it easy for filming, and 1 large diced up onion. Okay, so they're all going in there, and then we've got about 3 cloves of garlic, so that's going in now, and then we have a tin of tomatoes. Okay, any tomatoes that you like. This one is cherry tomatoes, and then we're going to put in a litre of water, which contains a stock cube. Now I just used like one of the Knorr stock pots, but you could use like your own homemade stock, some sort of vegetable stock, or a shop bought tub of stock, whichever you want. I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, okay, roughly, and then we've got some herbs to go in, so about a tablespoon of mixed herbs, but some people prefer like maybe basil individually, or they might prefer dried parsley individually, but I've just got a mixed herbs there that's going in, and then about a teaspoon of chili flakes, and they're the dried ones obviously, but you could use fresh chili if you wanted as well, and then I'm going to add in 2 bay leaves into that as well. So we'll give it a bit of a mix, and basically that is it. Like, we want to keep this as simple as possible. We're going to mix that all up now, there, and then pop the lid on, and it's going into the slow cooker on low with the lid on for 5 hours. But like I said, you could use your casserole dish into the oven 120 degrees for about 2 hours. Okay, and just remember what we're trying to get out of this. So we've got lentils in here. Lentils are obviously a plant source of protein. They're high in fiber, they're low in fat, they've got iron in them as well, a natural source of iron, and they're excellent in terms of using for like a bolognese, or you could make a soup out of them. Or sometimes what I've done with this when I've cooked it is I'll cook up some pasta separately, and I'll mix that into like a dish, an oven dish, and then I'll dot some mozzarella pieces around it and into the oven and bake it for maybe another 15 or 20 minutes. Or you could put some parmesan on the top, or you could make it into a lasagna as well. That's the other thing. So let's try and get a little bit of our meat-free cooking going. I want you to really try hard with this one. So post it on the group, share with everybody what you've been doing in terms of lentils. If you choose to use the green or the brown lentils instead, I'd opt for the tinned ones. I wouldn't even bother getting the other ones and have to soak overnight and all of that. The only thing with the orange or the red lentils is you don't have to soak them. They're the only really dried bean that you don't need to soak overnight. So they can just be bunged in the pot with, as long as they've got plenty of liquid in there as well. That should work. So let's see how we get on. And post on the group, like I said, and love to see what you're going to make and how it all turns out. Great.